Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And this just came out, John, here, that the FBI told the NYPD, quote, to stand down, in terms of a probe into Jeffrey Epstein. And then also,
what year did that happen?
That when all this, let's see what year it happened. I am not seeing, oh, here it is. Well, let's see. It looks like, in 2019, which is interesting because remember it was 2018. Right. And indeed, at least it looks like at least potentially there, which you're right. That's an interesting point. And 2018, remember, he is when part of the indictments and stuff came. So this is interesting after all that. And then today, John, too, this guy, this UK ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, gets arrested after the prince gets arrested. So what do you think this is going?
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Just in my opinion, I think a lot of people are going to go down and
that'll be
they're
it?
going to shut it down someplace. And 30 years from now, they're going to say, who killed Epstein?
And maybe there'll be a president who'll release the files, all the files?
Absolutely.
Maybe
40 years from now.
Maybe. Miranda, what do you think? This is wild. Miranda Devine with the New York Post.
Hi, guys. Brett to talk to you again. Look, I think that you can't get confused about what's happening in the UK. Peter Mandelson just got arrested over not his dealings with underage girls because, as he told the police when they're interviewing him, he's gay. So he wasn't involved in any of Epstein's sexual shenanigans. But he is accused of basically trading secrets, giving Epstein national classified documents, national security information.
Just like Prince Andrew, right? The allegation against Prince Andrew.
Exactly. So, I mean, everyone's all very thrilled to see Prince Andrew go down because of, the photograph and the allegations from the late Virginia Giuffre that he had sex with her before she was 18 and that she was basically one of Epstein's sex slaves. But that's not what he's been arrested for. So, there's no indication so far of anyone that's come out in the Epstein documents in America that has given Jeffrey Epstein classified information or told him national secrets. So that's the difference. I mean, the Guardian's making a big deal about how pure and proper the UK is because they're actually having accountability for their Epstein people and they're sneering at the fact that America hasn't. But there isn't the same, apples to apples, oranges to oranges comparison.
Yeah, we haven't heard of any of the state secret stuff. By the way, one thing that's not a secret, Miranda, and you had a great column about tomorrow night, Abigail Spanberger is going to be giving the response. She's, of course, the new governor of Virginia. Talk about why she's going to be giving the Democratic response. First of all, I think it's horrible that a lot of Democrats say they're not even attending. I mean, to me, it's so un-American to me, Miranda.
Yes, and it's just so churlish but so typical of the Democrats because, the pinnacle of their terribly bad attitude, bad manners, unpleasant behaviour was Nancy Pelosi when she ripped up the State of the Union address of Donald Trump's, right behind him, right on camera. So she pretty much set the tone for that party, and I think they're pretty much past the point of no return in terms of being a decent and honourable party, and they've got a long way to go. I think John Fetterman is the last standing moderate, and unless they are basically punched in the nose by Republicans and the voters in the midterms, they are just never going to learn a lesson. In fact, they will take a lesson that their bad behaviour is always rewarded. So I hope the electorate does the right thing, because only then will the Democrats be able to reform their party and put forward candidates who are palatable and policies that are palatable to the American public. But Abigail Spanberger, new governor of Virginia, she's delivering the Democrat response at the State of the Union tomorrow night. And I think she's the kind of perfect symbol for her party's deceptive practices, because she's a former undercover CIA case officer, aka a spy under John Brennan and Barack Obama. And so she's very skilled at the art of subterfuge, and she basically tricked the voters of Virginia who voted her in, believing that she was a moderate, because she dresses like a moderate, she sounds like a moderate, she looks like one, she looks like a sort of competent mum in the, the school pickup line. But she's actually just another radical leftist.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Her true colors.
And in fact, that was so interesting. The minute she got elected, she signed all these, anti-ICE this, anti-this. It was a very different person than you sort of heard on the campaign. That's a great point there, Miranda. Miranda, thank you so much. And Miranda, you got to join us here at the end of the show, because you know how we end the show every time, right?
I love it.
So, John, what do we all stand for, John? Truth, justice, and the American way.
American way.
God bless America. Thank you, Miranda.
And Australia, John.
And Australia, too.
Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.